Hey Donna, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to move in with you from today. So thanks for letting us into your home. I am just finishing up with packing up our stuff and then I'm going to head over. Wait, what? What are you talking about, Sandra? You're going to come and live with us? I never remember hearing about any of this before. When was this decided? Well, I just really miss my brother, and so that's why I'm going to be moving in with you. I mean, I just can't do anything around the house without him, and it's been so lonely since he moved out. I just really want to be around you all. So that's why I am moving out of my parents' place and going to come and live with you. Sorry, you want to move into our house because you miss your brother? Is that really it? Yeah, that's right. You see, the thing is that Oral has been doing things for me ever since we were little kids. Like, if I told him that I was hungry, he would always cook something for me, and if there was a bug in my room, he would always come and kill it for me. But ever since Oral married you, he's hardly ever come home at all, and I just knew that the only way I could be close to him was by moving out of home. I guess I just really can't live without my big brother. Sarah, I'm really sorry to break this to you, but Oral and I agreed that when we got married, we would want it to be just us, so I don't think that you can just move in with your family. No, that isn't fair. You can't just do that to me. He's still my older brother, and you can't take him away from me. I want him to take care of me, and I always get what I want. Are you okay? Is this normally how you react to things with your brother? Please, you don't understand. I can hardly take care of myself. I don't know how to cook or clean or anything like that, and Mom and Dad are even worse at it than I am. They are always being jerks and telling me that I need to learn how to cook for myself and keep my space clean. But it's not my fault that I used to always be able to go and ask Oral for help when I was little. I mean, my parents don't even cook for me anymore. Do you get that? And I don't know how to cook anything for myself. I need my brother. Okay, I get that. It can be tough to take care of yourself sometimes, but you're an adult, Sandra. I'm sorry, but it doesn't sound at all like your parents are being unreasonable to me. And just because you choose to live with them even after getting married doesn't mean that you can expect them to do everything for you. But it was always my brother who was doing stuff for me. All I ever had to do was just ask him, and whatever it was, he would make sure that it got done for me. Now I just have my mean old parents never doing anything for me. That's why I want to go and live with my brother, got it? I mean, it's just one more person in your house. Surely you can't be that upset about just one more person living with you guys, right? Sandra, I am really sorry, but I've already made myself clear. The fact is that you can't come and live with us, okay? But why not? Seriously, tell me what is so bad about just one more person coming to live with you? Are you really so selfish that you can't even abide by that? The only reason I want to move in with you guys in the first place is just so that my older brother can take care of me. I promise that I won't get in your way at all. I'm sorry, but I've already given you my answer and it is final. Look, the truth is that I'm pregnant right now. So I just don't think we could really handle having someone else in the house with all that's already going on. Wait, you're pregnant? Since when? I had no idea about that. You mean that I'm going to be an aunt? That is so exciting! Well, we just found out. I wanted to make the announcement after some more time had passed so that I could be sure the pregnancy would keep. But anyways, things are already tough enough for us, and we have a lot of preparation we need to do before the baby arrives. So again, I'm really sorry, but you just won't be able to live with us, and that's that. Oh, come on, don't be like that. This works out even better, don't you get it? I mean, if you're pregnant and struggling, then that is all the more reason for me to go and live with you guys. And just how do you figure that, huh? Well, Oral is probably at work all of the time, right? So that probably means that you need an extra hand around the house to help you out during the day, yeah? I also don't have a job or anything like that, so I could just help you with whatever you needed. Wait a second, you don't have a job? What happened? Last I heard you did have one. Did you quit? Well, after Oral moved out, I didn't have anyone to complain to all about my work. No matter who I tried to talk to, nobody was interested in hearing it. I tried really hard to keep working, but there was nobody to listen to me complain, so the stress just kept building and building until I couldn't take it anymore. And in the end, I had had enough, and I decided to quit my job. So you really just quit your job because you didn't have anyone to complain to about it? Please tell me that's some kind of a joke. Nope, it's the truth. But on the plus side, it means that I can stay at home all day and help you out. I mean, I'm sure there are days when you don't feel good while you're pregnant, right? Well, you can just think of me as your live-in nurse, huh? And then I can help take care of you and my little niece or nephew when they're born.
Donna, are you there? I just heard the news from my sister about how she wants to come and live with us. I know that she was really missing having me at home, but I didn't think that she would go and do something like this.
I mean, I know that you told me about how much she likes you and how close you were when you were kids, but this is just taking it too far. You must have been really, really sweet to her when she was little, Oral. But now that you did that, she just runs wild, doing whatever she wants.
Yeah, I guess so. I was just trying to be a good older brother to her, but I guess it ended up backfiring. Now she's just a spoiled little girl who doesn't want to learn how to take care of herself. Then again, maybe that's something that hasn't changed all that much.
What do you mean by that, Oral?
I mean that I think that Sandra has honestly been a pretty selfish person ever since she was little. Whenever things didn't go her way, she would always burst into tears. She wouldn't stop crying until she got what she wanted. But my parents were also so stubborn about not giving in that every day was just such a mess in the house. Honestly, I probably did things for Sandra just because I wanted everyone in the house to stop fighting.
I see. I had no idea that things were that bad in the house when you were growing up, Oral. It must have been tough trying to play the peacemaker like you did at such a young age. Sandra told me about how you would cook for her when she was hungry and kill bugs for her when they were in her room. It sounds like you did so much just to keep things running smoothly in the house.
I know, but it wasn't just for my family, you know? It was just as much for my own sake, so I didn't go crazy. But there were other motives as well. You know how I got hired as head chef at that restaurant recently? Well, I used Sandra to test out a bunch of recipes that I was working on. And I killed the bugs in her room because I didn't want them showing up in mine later on. That's why I even kept her room clean for her.
I see. Well, I guess that all makes sense. But still, it can't have been easy on you.
It wasn't, but it is true that I did whatever my sister asked of me. Although, if I'm being honest, it always shocked me at how selfish she was. And I think over time I grew to really resent that she never really realized just how much I was doing for her. I thought that when you and I got married that I was finally going to be free of her.
Well, if it's any consolation, I tried to tell her that we just wouldn't be able to take her in and let her live with us. I told her about the pregnancy and everything, but she just wouldn't listen to me.
Well, I think that if she sees what it's like to live with us, then she'll go running back to Mom and Dad. I'll even call them and tell them that this won't last long, and to keep her room as is.
Well, okay, if you're sure about this. I guess having her here for a few days wouldn't be the worst thing. Donna, what is the matter with you? Are you seriously going back to your parents' house? What for? I don't understand it. If you're going to be over there, then how am I supposed to see what my little niece or nephew is going to look like when they're born? I want to be there when all of that happens. Well, I don't want any of that, and that's why I'm going back to stay with my parents for the time being. I was never going to do this originally, but I just can't stand being around you anymore. So you're saying that this is all my fault? Don't be ridiculous. Just what is wrong with me wanting to be a good aunt and be there for you, my sister-in-law, on the day that you give birth? Because that's just it. You're my sister-in-law and nothing else. This is going to be a big emotional day for me, and I would rather be with my parents than around you for it. You know that Oral and I told you that you would only be allowed to stay with us for a week, right? Well, it's been 2 months, and you're still in our house just being a freeloader. I have been so stressed out during that time that I just don't think I'll even be able to have this baby with you around. But I'm not even doing anything. How can you be so cruel to me for just wanting to be there for you? It's not like I'm partying all night or blasting loud music or anything. I have to get up several times in the middle of the night, and I hardly feel like I get any sleep at all. But at all hours of the night, I can hear you walking around the house and making all kind of racket, even if it's not loud music. I can hear the noise from whatever video games it is that you're playing coming from your room at almost all hours of the day. Even during the daytime, I can hardly ever get a moment to rest. If your hearing is really that sensitive, then maybe you should just walk around the house with earplugs. You're really telling me that I should have to walk around my own home with earplugs so that you can play your games? You're the guest here. You should be mindful of your host's needs after being here for so long. I mean, all you do is play games and eat. You never do anything to help out around the house at all. All of that sounds like your problem if you ask me. Besides, all you do is lie around the house too. You really think that just because you're pregnant, you can be resting all day like that? That really can't be good for the baby, you know. That's why I leave all the work for you to do, so it'll motivate you to move around more. Are you kidding me? Do you think this is some sort of game or something? Of course not. I'm just trying to get the mother of my niece or nephew off of her butt and moving around. Before I came here, you were probably just making my brother do all of your work for you, weren't you? You keep trying to act like I'm the selfish one, but you're the one who needs to keep relying on others for help. All I'm doing is keeping you on your feet and making sure that you don't fall out of practice when it comes to being a good housewife. Oh, you have got to be kidding me with that, right? You really think I'm going to buy any of that? If you think you're stressed, then I'm really, really stressed. And instead of dealing with the problem, you're just running away to your parents' house so that you don't have to clean the house. Well, if you're leaving, then I guess that means I'll just be taking my brother back then. I've already canceled the lease on your place, and I'll be taking my brother and moving back home with him. Wait, what? What do you mean you canceled the lease on our place? You can't be mad at me. Even Oral said that he was fine with this. He said that you weren't good enough to be his wife and that he doesn't want to be married to you anymore. He told me that he was just using you to have a kid and that's it. But now that you're about to have the kid, that means it's time to get rid of this house and for Oral and I to live together forever. And do you really expect me to believe that Oral just went along and agreed to all of this? Of course he did. I told you that my brother would do anything for me, didn't I? Well, here's just another example. You must have just had no idea that he was so stressed out living with you, huh? But he was happy to hear that you were finally going to leave us alone. I don't believe you. I don't think that Oral would ever do something like that. Well, he did, and now I'm taking this chance to take my brother back from you. You were so spoiled that you couldn't see that you were driving everyone away from you this whole time. Right. Well, good luck with that. Have a nice life, Sandra. That's what I meant to say to you, loser. You don't even have a home to go back to, and the moment that you have your kid, you are going to be getting divorce papers in the mail from Oral. So just go ahead and sign them and let him and I live in peace already, okay? We don't want you in our lives anymore. No, I'm afraid that it's you who is going to be living alone, Sandra. Or at the very least with your parents. What are you talking about? You have no idea what you're saying. I've won. I'm going to get Oral, not you. Why are you even mentioning my parents in this conversation? I guess you'll find out what I'm talking about soon enough. Good luck with everything. Hey, just what the heck is going on here, huh? Why am I getting taken here? Do you seriously expect me to live here from here on out? You mean you've already arrived? Wow, that was really fast. I guess that Oral must have gotten off work early just to get rid of you then. What are you talking about? Oral told me that he was going to take us to our new home. He said it'd be for him and I. I packed up my bags, threw them in the car, and we drove off. And now I see that he's just taken me to the lodge that our relatives run out in the boonies. He even told me I was going to be living and working here. Aw, did he say that? Well, I guess it sounds to me like you've been tricked. We tried to ask you to leave our house over and over again, but you just wouldn't listen. You have no one to blame but yourself for this. What are you talking about? I still have no idea what's really going on here. You better explain to me what is going on right now. Am I seriously supposed to work here? Or Oral told me that as soon as I stepped out of the car, and by the time I turned around to ask him what he meant, he had already driven off. You need to tell me what is going on right now. Okay, just calm down, Sandra. It really is quite simple. The fact is that Oral and I are both sick of having you live with us. So we came up with a plan that we were sure would trick you into leaving our home. Wait, so Oral lied to me? That's right. We tried to get you to move out over and over again, but nothing seemed to work. And because you weren't doing anything to help around the house at all, we knew that we had to do something. I was just getting so stressed out and was really starting to reach my limit with you. So Oral told me to go to my parents' house while he took care of you. But wait, I thought that Oral and I were the ones that had chased you out of the house. Oral and I were supposed to finally live together again. You really thought that was going to happen? But Oral always does what I say, and he knows that he can never say no to me. I always get my way. How could he trick me like this? It isn't fair. I hate this. Well, I'm afraid that your brother has been fed up with your antics for some time now. What do you mean? My brother loves doing things for me. That's why I always gave him a bunch to do. Well, if that were the case, then why did your brother lie to you and drive you out to that lodge then? It sounds to me like you got tricked and you just haven't faced up to reality yet. No, this can't be happening to me. My brother wouldn't do this to me. He wanted to live with me too. He's always taken care of me, and I was sure that that was what was going on now. You still just don't get it, do you? All your selfish actions over the years just drove him to hate you. Ever since he was little, you've been making him run around and do everything for you just so that you wouldn't throw a tantrum. And even when you grew up, you still just never learned to take care of yourself or be grateful to those doing things for you. You took advantage of your brother's kindness and never once thanked him for it. No, this can't be happening. I know that my brother loves me. You think you were getting your brother to love you more by constantly making him do everything for you? You think he enjoyed doing all the cooking and bug killing and room cleaning for you because you were too much of a spoiled brat to do it yourself? I never thought about it like that at all. It's clear to me that you probably never thought about anyone but yourself this entire time. You've been nothing but a burden on your whole family because you think the world owes you everything. All while you do nothing at all to pay back or show gratitude to those around you. But I just wanted to live with my older brother. This isn't fair. You both can't do this to me. I didn't do anything to deserve this. If you really feel that way, then I think working at that lodge your relatives own is going to be a good experience for you. Maybe you'll finally learn what it means to earn your own way through this world and what it's like to do things for others for once. This isn't a good thing. I don't want to learn any of that. I just wanted my brother to do everything for me. Besides, my aunt who runs this place is really strict. She'll work me to the bone. I seriously doubt that. It sounds to me like you're just scared to do a decent day's work is all. So you're really just going to leave me here? What am I supposed to do? How do I leave? I don't want to do this. If you don't want to do this, you can always just walk home, but you'll still have to figure out where you'll go after that. Neither your parents, nor Oral, or I want you living with us. But you can't do this to me, please! I didn't want things to go this way. They were supposed to go my way, like they always have. You can't do this to me. A few months later, Sandra's parents actually went up to the lodge for a vacation and to catch up with their relatives up there. Sandra was sure that they had come to take her back, and she greeted them with her packed bags. But her parents told her that they had just come to see if she had done any growing up at all in the time since she began her new job. They quickly learned that Sandra was not adjusting well and ended their stay early to go home without her. They even sold their house and moved out to the country so that not even Sandra could find them.
Nikki, are you there? I need to speak with you about something. I assume that you've heard about my marriage from somewhere, right? Oh, hello, Joe. Yes, I did. I heard about it from another person in the department. Congratulations on the marriage, Joe. Even though you're congratulating me right now, I can't help but detect a hint of sarcasm behind what you're saying. It's just funny how someone like you, someone who stole Connor away from me is able to congratulate me without causing drama. I don't know how many times I have to say this to you, Jill. I didn't steal Connor away from you. I married Connor around the same time that we were all interacting together, but you weren't dating him then, were you? However, suddenly, after my marriage to him, you started getting angry and said that you liked him more than I did and that I stole him away from you. Well, if it weren't for you interfering with us, I would have been able to start dating him sooner. I was the one that should have been getting married to Connor. You're nothing but a predatory woman to me. All you do is steal men from women. That's not anywhere near the truth, Jill. Well, after all that nonsense, I'm finally getting married to another man anyways. I'm telling you this now. I didn't compromise with another man because I couldn't get Connor back, just so you know. I found a man who's way better and more handsome than Connor. My fiancé just so happens to be a manager of a company, so of course he's better than Connor. Well, that's actually great. Good for you, Jill. A huge congratulations to you and your upcoming nuptials. Well, duh. Of course I know it's great, Nikki. I knew I could get myself a successful man. That's why I intend on giving you a special invitation to the wedding. So because of that, please be sure you can attend the ceremony. You need to be there to watch me get married. Is this for real? But shouldn't people from work be invited to the wedding as well? That's what I've heard from other people. I don't think I'm going to call people from work to tell them to come to my wedding. After all, the groom is a company manager. Everyone will just be super jealous of me marrying him, so what's the point in inviting them to something they aren't going to celebrate anyways? But I don't get why you would do that. I don't think people would be jealous. I think they'd want to celebrate. I don't understand why I'm the only one from work who's invited. It's already been decided, okay? So that's it. You should show off your victory in this. You should feel special. What? I don't get what you mean. I want to show you how happy I am to you. The one who stole Connor from me. Of course you can invite your husband to the ceremony too. Connor is such an idiot. He threw me away like trash and chose you, who is only young and has no merits. I'll show him the fish he missed out on reeling in. What the heck are you on about, Joe? Why are you speaking about us like this? I got wind that Connor's work doesn't see him be going very well. Even though you took the opportunity to become independent from the company after marrying him. And now he's making you live with your mother. Connor really is an idiot if I'm being honest. If you just had let me marry him, you wouldn't be going down such a crappy pathway. I'm not unhappy with Connor, and I don't think he's unhappy with me either. We really enjoy living together as a couple, and we have a lot of fun and joy in our lives. You know, it's no use trying to desperately appeal your happiness. It's such a waste of conversation. It's a huge victory for me that I'm getting to marry a man who is way better than Connor, and that's many times over. So, I'll send you an invitation later, so please make sure you both come to the ceremony. Of course, that is an order. You've got no choice but to listen to your boss and come to my wedding ceremony. I want to see you both in a seat at the venue.
Hey, Nikki. How are you doing? An invitation to Jill's wedding ceremony just got delivered to you. But I don't get why my name is also on the invitation as well as yours. Does this mean I should come to her wedding too?
Oh my god. She actually wasn't joking about sending me an invitation. This is just great, and both of us are on it. Ugh.
What do you mean? What's going on?
Didn't I tell you the other day that Jill's wedding date has been decided? Actually, at that time I was talking with her, she said that she wanted both of us there at the ceremony. She wants to sell how happy she is to us, especially to you, Connor. It's so weird.
What's that supposed to mean? What does she mean by sell her happiness to us?
She wants to prove that she's happy, but she still has some ties to you. She has been in love with you for a long time, and then her subordinate, that's me, goes and apparently steals you from her. But you didn't choose her, and got with me instead because I was younger than her. And she basically turned around and called you stupid.
You've got to be kidding me right now. Nikki, what is with her? I can't believe this. Is she still saying things like that after all this time?
I've also been hiding what she's been saying for a long time. It makes it tough to go to work and be around her. I'm the only one who has a strong sense of success in the office, but now I just want to give up all my work. Now I'm doing about 80% of Jill's work, which is sales. It sucks.
Are you serious? But I thought that the jobs that you both do was to do with managing internal systems, right? Even though it's a busy department with not many people, you shouldn't be doing so much. So, you're also doing some of Jill's work as well as your own?
I tried to warn Jill several times about what she's doing in the office, but she won't take the time to understand me at all. She said she couldn't do as much work because of how I stole you from her. That's why I should take on some more responsibilities and do the work.
Nikki, that's insane. That's not how a workplace should be managed. That's not fair to you.
But lately, she seems to be in a really good mood, so she stopped giving me an unreasonable amount of work. I was wondering what happened, but I didn't expect that it was because she's about to get married to some guy. And on top of that, the person she seems to be getting married to is a great company manager. Apparently someone who's 10 times better than you.
Oh, okay. That's kind of crazy. So she wants to show us what she treasures the most?
Yeah, something like that. I can't refuse the invitation because I'm under her at work and she's my boss. I don't want to go alone. I'm sorry, but could you come with me?
Of course, Nikki, we can go together. It's no problem. If you want to show her how happy we are, we can do that too. Let's congratulate the happy couple on their special day with smiles and just be adults about all of this.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing we can do. What about your job? Will they be okay with it? I noticed that you've been having a lot of work meetings fall on the weekend lately.
That's okay. We should be fine with it. I've recently gained a lot of overseas clients, so every single one of them understands that I need to prioritize my private life over work sometimes. Even if I told them that I have been invited to a wedding and would have to change the meeting times, they'd reply in seconds. I can reschedule our meetings for a different time so we can go and enjoy the wedding together.
Wow, that's great, Connor.
I mean, it's thanks to you for giving me such good advice about work. You told me that it would be better to expand our customer base overseas, which is why we're in such a good position today.
But I only gave just a little bit of advice to you, and your web designs received a high amount of praise from a lot of people overseas. The most amazing thing about this is that you were able to get everything back on track and become successful. Well, because of that too, I don't have the best track record with Jill, and so she misunderstands what I say to her a lot.
What do you mean she misunderstands you?
Actually, she seems to think that your work isn't going well at all. She doesn't seem impressed by what you do. It seems that she's unaware of your overseas clients and your achievements.
Well, let her misunderstand that then. It doesn't matter. I'm sure she'd still fall in love with her groom, even if I was a failure. Then she won't be paying attention to us anymore. Maybe all the harassment she's been giving you will stop.
I hope so. I'm so frustrated about the whole thing. You're working so hard at your work. Even though we live with my mother as she has poor mobility, I can't believe Jill would turn around and call you a failure.
The people that wish to understand do understand us, so everyone else doesn't matter. What if she finds out that we're living a happy life? I don't know what Jill's man would do if he found out she was in love with me once. My job is going well. I have a really cute wife, and my mother-in-law's lovely and is an amazing cook. What's not to love? I think I made the best decision in marrying you.
Aw, thank you, Connor. You're so sweet and kind. I really needed to hear that. Well then, can you please read the wedding invitation and circle that we're going to attend, please? Let's go and celebrate Jill's wedding together on their special day. Hey, we need to have a little chat. You better answer me, Nikki. No matter how much you regret my happiness, canceling at the last minute is a terrible thing, isn't it? Plus, you had to go and lie that your mother collapsed. I didn't lie about that, it's true. She actually collapsed. It was early this morning, just before we were about to leave, that she collapsed. She hit her head pretty hard in the fall, so she was rushed to the hospital to be tested for a concussion. What the heck? So did you end up calling for an ambulance? If you did, and she's being looked after, then you both can come straight to the wedding venue, please. I mean, like, right now. It's not like she's gone forever, and you've got other priorities at the moment, so you need to get here now. Are you for real, Jill? Do you really think I would prioritize you over my own mother? Do you realize that my mother hasn't regained consciousness yet? If her heart is still beating, then surely she'll open her eyes in no time at all. I don't see what the problem is. You both need to leave the hospital and get over to the wedding venue immediately. I want you to hurry up and see for yourselves how happy I am with my man. Well, I'm sorry, but we'll not be coming to your wedding. Not now that my mother's in the hospital. I can't be happy and celebrate someone's wedding day if my mother has collapsed and won't open her eyes. Well, you say that, but it's really because you don't want to see me happy, isn't it? I'm talking about being selfish much, Nikki. If you don't come to my wedding today, then you've left me no choice but to fire you. Are you serious, Jill? You're going to fire me over this? Not only did you steal Connor away from me, but you've ruined my entire wedding and how it was supposed to go. All the pleasure in firing such a smart aleck subordinate. You're fired. This is way too much. You can't just do this to me over a message. Oh, shut up, would you? If you don't want it to happen, then get over here right now. Would you please stop treating me like this? It isn't fair. How much longer do I have to live with you being so unreasonable towards me? What? Me? Unreasonable to you? Don't say such rubbish. You do, even when I never stole Connor from you. I didn't even know that you had a crush on him. I was harassed at work every day, and then you go on complaining about me afterwards. And if I don't show up to your wedding, I could get fired? I can't just abandon my mother in the emergency room. She needs someone to be there when she wakes up. She's hurt, for crying out loud. I don't care. If you can't show up to my wedding, you're fired from your job. From tomorrow, you can pack up your things from your desk and never step foot in the office ever again. Okay then, that's fine. You're going to live to regret the decisions you've made today. Okay, you keep telling yourself that, Jill. Even if I regret getting fired, at least I'll never know truly what I did wrong, which is nothing. Even if you come crying to me later about what's going on, I'm not going to help you. What are you even talking about, Nikki? Why would I come crying for you? You need to submit your resignation letter to the company immediately. Hey, you, Nikki, why didn't you come back to work? I just got back from my honeymoon and I brought souvenirs. If you don't come by the office soon, I won't be able to give you one. I've already resigned from my position at the company, so I can no longer come to the office. I don't need any souvenirs, so please give it to someone else. What? Really? When did you resign from your job? When you were off on your honeymoon. Since I didn't show up to your wedding, you told me to hand in my resignation letter. So I did what you told me to do, and I handed it in. Really? Are you lying? Did you actually do that? That's just a thing I said that meant nothing. It's almost like it came out of nowhere. So who's going to be doing my job now? Well, I don't know who'll be doing that. How about you try doing some of your work yourself instead of someone else? Are you kidding me, Nikki? You can't talk to your own boss like that. Watch your attitude. I don't need to because you're not my boss anymore, remember? I quit my job at the company. Oh, really? Is that so? That's fine by me. I wonder if the company will run as smoothly without you. If I can't ask you to do my job for me, I'll just ask someone to do my work. All right, of course. If that's the case, I'll give my work to other departments in the company. With my authority as a manager, I will ask another company to do some of the work for me. Actually, my husband works for a systems company. He's good at working with difficult system management stuff. I can't believe you're giving out your own work for outside companies to do. What kind of work are you doing if you're handing off all the stuff you're supposed to do? Well, all I've got to do is pretend that I'm working really hard. Once I got married, I lost all motivation to work. The important thing here is how quickly I can return to my sweet husband. I still can't believe you can't just do this to other people. That's why all the work in our department is outsourced to my sweet husband's company. Then his company sales will increase, and I can work easily and not have to do so much. I'm so stunned by all of this that I've got nothing to say. I'm no longer your subordinate, so it doesn't matter to me what you do. And besides, it would be nice if your darling husband signed an order contract. My system is too complicated, so I think I'll turn it down. There's no way my husband would refuse, especially for the sake of his sales. Maybe I should be sneaky and increase the contract amount. Hey, answer your phone, Nikki. What on earth is going on? My husband can't accept orders to manage a system. He says he can't move at all without his predecessor. Well, that's why I told you that it would be rejected. Basically, you're completely devoted to screwing me over. I did most of the system administration for our company. I then resigned without someone taking over. As I expected, there's nothing to take over, so it would be reckless to let an outside company into our system. Well, the company can afford that without having to take over anything, because it specializes in system management. However, our system management is quite complex. On top of that, there are only a few people there and the work is huge, and now you're giving it away to outside companies. And then you turn the work down as it's too complicated and requires too much work. That's why we have this department. If you're the manager, you should know that, right? Excuse me? Well, there's no way you would know then. The work you left to me whilst you sat in your chair all day doing nothing. That's why everyone in the department created an automation program that was led by me, as we could reduce the amount of work we needed to do. But then, you went and fired me, so they don't know what to do anymore. I feel so sorry for the people in your department, but I had to resign completely. The company system is almost non-functional. So what will happen to this department from now on? Well, you're going to have to handle almost all the system management work from now on. There's no reason why a boss can't do the job that a subordinate can do. Of course you can do it, right? That's impossible. I can't do all that work. I'm not good at this kind of thing. I just boasted to the people around me so that I could get promoted. I can't manage these systems. Then you'll need to ask your husband for help, won't you? Tell him you don't know how to do your job because you handed all the work off to the people under you. And that you can't do it all by yourself, so you need to make an order with him so he can do it. But I can't do that. I can't just go and tell him all those things. I don't know what he's going to think of me if I tell him what I've actually been doing at work. Then I don't know. I told you not to come running to me for help. I don't need this crap from you after how you treat me at work. But you can't just leave me here to deal with all this mess. You need to come back to work and help me out. My husband is going to get so angry with me. There's no way I'm helping you after the way you treated me and what you've said about Connor. So, if you'll excuse me, I've got other things that need attending to. Good luck with managing the office system. After that, the people in the department wanted me to come back, otherwise they would quit. Jill was so ashamed that she came over to my house and begged for forgiveness. Eventually, the people from higher up were brought in to clean up her mess. They told me I don't have to come back, but to take over Jill's job, and they said I'd be compensated. I went there for just a few days to help with the handover. During that time, Jill was banned from seeing me and was confined to her house. When she returned, she was told to take responsibility for what she did, and she was fired. Also, her husband wanted a divorce once he found out everything, and now she's lost everything. She cried until she couldn't anymore, but it was too late. The damage was done.